Hi, everybody. Today I have a story to tell, and this story is for parents that have children. I'm not going to be gender specific because everybody deserves attention. So, while I was a child, let's say within the ages of 7, 8, and 9, I could remember vividly well that there was this particular church member of ours. He's a guy that was very frequent in our house because he was kind of close to my mom and my sister. So he comes to the house, just to pass time and have fun and stuff like that. Because I could remember that all they did was just laugh, talk, gist, and laugh. So whenever this guy comes to the house, he kind of gives me a little bit more attention than he gives the rest of the kids, which made me always feel very uncomfortable because right from time I've always been very intuitive. Like I always try to study people's um reason or the reason why people do what they do. I don't just see things on a surface level. So I study intentions. I love intentions because people don't just act. So whenever he's giving me this his attention that I don't feel very comfortable about, I always like think and feel shy and want to stay away from him because I did not like it. I did not find it fun, even if I did not have the right words for it. I just knew it was just wasn't normal. So, but nobody saw it as abnormal though. So there was one day I was sleeping inside the house and I didn't know that he came to see my parents who weren't around. He sat in our parlor. So I walked out. I woke up and I came out to meet this guy in our house in the parlor with nobody around. Here's the part two. So when I came out of the room, I met this guy in our parlor and it felt like I was standing in front of the devil and the deep blue sea. He told me, come, come, come. Because I wanted to go back inside. He told me, come. Why are you afraid? Come now. Why are you running? I came and I stood in front of him. And the next thing this guy would do is he would put his hand on my vulva. A female reproductive part is usually divided into two. We have the external genitalia and the internal genitalia. The external genitalia is everything you see in a female private part. Why the internal genitalia, it's from the vagina to the cervix and to the womb. So those are the internal genitalia. So the external genitalia can also be called a vulva. So he practically put his hands on my vulva for a few seconds and removed it because my siblings were around, but they were just playing outside. So when he did that, he left. When my brother came inside, probably he got up and he left. So that kind of shook me. Like I was shocked a little bit in the sense that I don't know why he would do that to me. I don't know the meaning. I didn't understand anything at that time. So I just said to myself that I was going to avoid this guy with everything in me. So whenever this guy comes to our house after that experience, I would run. I would take off no matter what I was doing. Once I hear that he's around, I'll run away. This is the concluding part of my story. If you've not been following, you can check out my videos on my TikTok page. So whenever this guy comes to the house, I would run away, I would hide somewhere and wait there till he leaves. So he noticed and everyone noticed I was always running. So whenever he comes sometimes, he would send my siblings to pursue me. And sometimes he will even promise to give them something if they can catch me. That's how these people with these my siblings will pursue me. They will chase me. I will run and run out of the compound, run out of the street, just try, as if my life depended on it. So something happened. God being so kind, he left the state at that time. And that was how that whole drama ended. Abuse is not carried out by strangers most times. is people that we are familiar to or familiar with. So you will teach your children who strangers are and also teach them what strange behaviors are. We are going to tell them that strange behaviors are inappropriate behaviors. So I'm going to list out some inappropriate behaviors so that you can communicate this with your children. For instance, an adult or a grown up asking them a direction to a place is inappropriate. A grown up touching their bum bum or their vulva is inappropriate. A grown up touching their breasts is inappropriate. A grown up calling them to come into their house or into their car is inappropriate. These are some few inappropriate behaviors, and ensure that your children know their body parts. Stop saying pim pim or pom pom. It's very wrong. So ensure that your children know the parts of their body. So that if something happens, it's very easy for them to communicate these things. And don't be so